Hi, welcome back into my kitchen. I found a really easy recipe for corn and potato chowder. And the recipe calls for 8 pieces of bacon sliced, and you put them in the pan and brown them up. And it says to leave it in the pan. I'm not going to do that because when you make soup and you crisp up your bacon and leave it in the soup, it becomes soggy. So I'm taking mine out with a slotted spoon, and I'm going to set it aside for right now. That's about as crisp as I want it. The next thing that I'm putting in this pot, I'm going to drain some of this grease out, but the next thing I'm putting in is a medium onion, chopped, excuse me, and when it gets translucent, I'm going to pull it out, and then we'll be back together again. Alright, I got my onions in here, as you can see, and they're about translucent, so we're going to start the rest of this recipe, which is so easy. So easy. The next thing I'm putting in is a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Not sweetened condensed, evaporated. Well, I can't get you. There you go. Evaporated milk. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit now. So the evaporated milk's going in. It ought to bring up all those bits at the bottom from the bacon. And let me see. It's doing a pretty good job there. So I've got the heat turned up. You are not going to believe how easy this is. It's great for a weeknight meal. Next thing is a can of whole kernel corn, juice and all. The next thing is a can of cream style corn. And of course you don't drain that, so I'll just get what else is left in here out. And you know, it has been so cold, and they've had some of the worst snowstorms and rainstorms, and it's been cold here in Alabama. I don't even like to go outside. Cold used to not bother me, but for some reason it does now. Now you can put this in a crock pot before you leave for work. This is 16 ounces of hash browns. Mine are little squares. I suppose you can use the shredded, but I think this would work better. I couldn't find a 16-ounce container. You may be able to. I couldn't. So I had a 32-ounce container, and I just divided it. Divided it in half. So that's going in. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. Oh, this is pepper. So I'll just start here. The recipe says 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I like pepper, so I may put a little more than that, and who knows, I may adjust it again. So that's pepper. I don't know why I didn't use the fresh ground. About 1/2 teaspoon of salt here. I used a big old pot because I didn't know my next biggest one is not. I was afraid there wouldn't be enough room to stir. And then, there we go. 1/2 teaspoon is what it calls for of Worcestershire sauce. That might be a little more. I don't know. I may have to adjust it. But anyway, you know, this is going to be a great meal in these cold, blustery days. Now, since I'm on a stove top, I mean cooking it on a stove and not a crock pot, I'm going to bring this up to a simmer, which ought to happen pretty quick now. And I'm going to let it simmer 20 or 30 minutes until everything's hot and the potatoes are done. And of course, I told you, if you're putting it in a crock pot, you're going to put it in on low and let it cook 6 to 8 hours. You just throw everything in there. And this is going to start boiling and all that good stuff. I don't want it to come to a big boil. I just want it to simmer. And then we'll be back together again. Alright, our chowder is done. I'm going to get a big old bowl of it out. It's nice and thick and hearty. It's stick to your bones type of thing. If you have a larger family, double it. I'm sure if you double it and do it in a crock pot, that more than likely you'll have to go the full 8 hours. I don't know. I don't use a crock pot that much. But I'm going to take this bowl. There it is. I'll throw a little cheese on it. And some bacon. And while my soup was cooking, I went ahead and made some cornbread, and they were done about the same time. So let's let Sam taste it, see what he thinks about it. Here it is, guys, with my cornbread. I've got a delicious cornbread recipe on my channel, so you have got to try it. Just in the little magnifying glass, just put cornbread and it'll come right up. And here's Sam. He's going to taste it. Tell me what he thinks. I have to tell you that I added a little more Worcestershire sauce to it and a little more salt and pepper. But other than that, I didn't alter it at all. What you think, Sam?
Very delicious. I bet those people in Boston would love a big bowl of this. Yeah, it's delicious. It's hearty. It's very flavorful. It's just very delicious. Of course, the bacon helps.
All right,
very
guys.
Good.
Thank you for coming in today and spending a little bit of time with me in my kitchen. A little part of your day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, you take care.